Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Early Talker. If this is the first time you're joining us, welcome. This is the place where you can get tips and activities, how to get your little ones talking. Today, I'm going to talk about my secret strategy for how to get your kids learning language faster. Stay tuned. So my secret strategy for connecting children with the love of learning is child-led learning. So child-led learning is the principle that when children get to choose an activity or they get to follow their focus, then their learning is optimized. They end up feeling really good about themselves and they feel like they have the freedom to choose. And that what they choose is good because you're following them and you're encouraging what it is that they're focused on and what it is that they have their attention on. So for child-led learning to be successful, it has to have two components. Number one, you have to set up the environment. So you want to set your child up for success. You're going to be teaching them something and you're using that activity to teach them, but you want to be able to figure out what are those activities that you want to put out for them to choose from. And then the second component is you have to follow their lead. You have to allow the child to make the choice and then see where their attention takes them and follow them. And that breeds a lot of confidence and it makes the child feel really good that what they chose was good because mom or dad is now playing it with them and encouraging them. And then you're working towards whatever that one goal is for your session and for your activity, whether it is expanding their babbling, whether it's choosing a word and focusing on that one word to teach, or expanding vocabulary and teaching lots of different words together and putting words together. So the best way I can kind of give an example of how this works and how this feels for the child is the following. So imagine you are at a restaurant and somebody hands you a menu and you open up the menu and there's only one item and you have to eat that item. You have to choose it. You have no choice. Or you go to a restaurant, they hand you the menu and there are 100 different choices on that menu and you really don't know what you feel like anymore and you don't know what to choose. So that can be also very overwhelming. And in both situations, they're both frustrating. Because in the first situation, you're being told what to do, you're being told what to choose, and you really don't have that freedom to choose. But in the next situation, you have so many different options that it's almost too much freedom. You don't know what you want because there are too many options. So this illustrates how for a child, if they're given only one option and you're telling them what we're going to play today and what we're going to do for our activity, that can be frustrating because they don't get that freedom of choice and it might not even be so interesting for them. It might not be what they like. And in the second situation, if you tell your child, okay, go to the playroom and pick a game and then we're going to play it together, maybe there are just too many games and too many options and your child doesn't really know what they feel like because they're overwhelmed. And that can be frustrating too. So for child-led learning to be successful, as I said before, we want to set up the environment and that sets them up for success. You have a target. So let's say, for example, today you want to teach your child the word in. So you're going to choose a number of different activities, maybe 3 or 4 activities that allow you to teach that word in. So you might have a shape sorter, a box with different shapes, and then you can use all of those little items to teach in. We're going to go into the box. Or you can have a toy that has lots of different balls and different holes, and you can put the ball into the toy. You can also choose maybe a bucket filled with water and some suds, some soap, different farm animals, and that can be a game to teach the word in. So you see you have 3 different options there. You're not going to tell your child what to choose. You're going to then follow their lead, but you have just set up the environment for success, for their success. You know that any of those toys that they choose, wherever their attention goes, you're going to be able to teach that target. You're going to teach that goal that you had in mind for the activity. But you're following their lead. You're seeing where does their attention take them, and you're going to go and you're following their choice, and you're going to do the activity with that goal in mind. We all want happy, confident, and well-adjusted children, and allowing them to lead an activity, allowing them the freedom of choice breeds that confidence and boosts their self-esteem because it tells them that what they're doing is good. They made a choice that they wanted to choose this activity or they wanted to go over here, and you're following them and encouraging them. And that boosts their self-confidence and makes them feel good about the choice that they've made. And when a child is happy, then they can learn better. They can learn more quickly. Their attention is on the item and on the activity that they're doing, and they're really focusing on it. And then we can bring in the repetition of that goal and the teaching of that goal that we have chosen for the activity, and they end up feeling really good about it because they have chosen that activity and they like it, and you're making them feel good by telling them that what they chose was the right choice, because you're then following their lead. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this video helpful. If you don't want to miss out on any of the tips or activities that I give, subscribe to the channel. And I always love hearing from you. So leave your comments about how your children are learning or topics that you'd like me to cover in the comments below. Until next time.